Hello and welcome to the Tracy Show. Welcome. You might as well like and subscribe right now if you have not, because we're going to get right into Mr. David Anthony Burke and Celeste Rivas Hernandez. It's all over social media. Let me know in the comments by the time I'm finished if you think he did this or if you think he did not. This beautiful young lady was found in the trunk of a Tesla registered to him. He all on TikTok singing and on tour, even though now the tour has been shut down. Hey, come on back, cancel the Europe and come on back. You will not be leaving the United States, my brother, till we can figure this out, sicko.
In a shocking case, in fact, investigators have now identified the teenage girl found dead in a car owned by singer David. KCAL's Nicole Comstock went to Lake Elsinore tonight, where the young girl's family reported her missing last year.
This young lady's family told us earlier this afternoon that they didn't want to talk about this, which is completely understandable because it's obvious that they're going through a really traumatic time right now. But Lake Elsinore is a really tight-knit community, and many here knew this young girl. They say they just hope that at the end of the day, the truth about what happened to her comes to light. It's a somber night in Lake Elsinore after residents learned that a local girl named Celeste Rivas, who went missing early last year, has now been identified as the 15-year-old girl found dead in the trunk of a Tesla in Hollywood that's reportedly registered to the singer-songwriter David.
I feel sad for her family too.
Ely Nadef owns the market around the corner from her family's home and says Rivas used to come in all the time for candy until she stopped coming in sometime last year.
It's sad for the kids. They get lost. The kids get lost by the social media. Even I'm a parent. I'm fighting the war to raise my kids.
Rivas's brother would only say that his family was grieving this afternoon. The singer's representatives reportedly said he was cooperating with investigators last week while he continued his world tour. But tonight his concert in Seattle was canceled. The LA County Sheriff's Department is still saying that there are no persons of interest in this case, going as far as to say that at this point there's no evidence that a crime did or did not occur. But many in this community have questions about what possible connection, if any, she may have had to the singer.
She had a boyfriend named David, and then they have matching tattoos.
This woman says her daughter knew Rivas from school and that she went missing more than once. Another neighbor says Rivas briefly came home 4 months after she was initially reported missing.
So I am like 100% sure that that was the day that I last saw her.
She says she remembers the date because Rivas bought something from her at a yard sale.
She just seemed like just happy. Like, oh my God, look at this, look at that.
The Riverside County Sheriff's Department says Rivas was initially reported to them as a runaway and that she wasn't located during a search of the area. And we heard that Rivas went to school at Lakeland Village, so we reached out to the Lake Elsinore Unified School District, and they told us in writing, in part, that they were heartbroken to learn about the tragic passing of one of their former students. Reporting in Lake Elsinore, Nicole Comstock, KCAL News.
To developing news now, police searching a home in the Hollywood Hills tonight, close to where the teen's body was found.
Mike, do we know if the search has anything to do with the girl's death, though?
Yeah, so Susie and Juan, we are working on those details right now. What I can tell you is that it is literally right where we know that the car was towed from. So remember how this all happened, as you heard from Nicole. The car was towed from the Hollywood Hills. It wasn't until it was at the tow yard where the body was found. So if we go back to where the car was towed from, tonight, there's a presence of Los Angeles police detectives that are out there. We can see them in their plainclothes suits. We also see crime scene text. It appears to be centered at this home. Sky Cow was able to get a peek before it got dark, and we can see the garage door open, and we see what appear to be crime scene text going in and out of that garage. There you see it right there. You see the door to the home open on the inside. Another Tesla with the front open right there inside the garage as well. To be clear, LAPD has not said tonight if this investigation is related to the investigation of the girl's body being found, but they are like less than 100 feet away from where it was all found. So this is all happening in the same neighborhood. We have reached out to the LAPD. We even talked to the Hollywood Watch Commander. This isn't Hollywood Division. The Hollywood Watch Commander had no idea what was going on, which leads us to believe this is not a patrol operation. This is detectives that we see out there. So working to gather some more information, but we know as that operation is happening very, very close to where that car was towed from before her body was found.
Okay, so first I want to bring everyone up to date on who is the girl. The Los Angeles County Medical Examiner determined the remains were of Rivas, who was reported missing April 5th, 2024, according to the Riverside County Sheriff's Office. The medical examiner said Rivas had a tattoo on her right index finger that said, "Shh," and the woman who identified herself as the girl's mother contacted the publication TMZ to say she believed the body was that of her daughter. Recent photos of Anthony Burke appear to show he has that same "shh" tattoo on his right index finger. Rivas was wearing a tube top and small black leggings when her body was found, according to the medical examiner's office. She had wavy black hair, a metal stud earring, and a yellow metal chain bracelet. The descendant was found severely decomposed inside a vehicle, reads a statement from the medical examiner's office. She appears to have been deceased inside the vehicle for an extended period of time before being found. Giselle Vera, who identified herself as a relative of Celeste and co-founded a GoFundMe page to raise funds for her funeral, said the family had no immediate comment on the case. The Rivas family could not be reached for comment on Friday. They did not answer the door at their home in Lake Elsmore, and neighbors said they have not seen them recently. Last February, missing person posters blanketed the quiet residential street where Celeste Rivas lived with her family. It was one of the first time neighbors recall seeing the girl's face on a poster. But it wouldn't be the last time she was reported missing. Quote, "I recognized her because of her big curly hair," neighbor Kayla Cortez said. "I would see her walking with her backpack on her way to school." The teen was reported missing on Valentine's Day 2024 when she was just 13. The Riverside County Sheriff's Department confirmed Rivas was reported missing last year, but did not provide any additional information about the case and referred all questions to the LAPD. Now, I will bring you up to date on who David is. As questions around the case have swirled online, authorities have stressed that Burke, whose stage name is David, and he spells it capital D4, the number 4, VD, and is a Billboard charting artist, is cooperating with investigators. Representatives for the musician did not respond to requests for comment, even as the musician had canceled a recent concert on his national tour. Burke has been on a national tour promoting his debut album, Withered, since early August. He performed in Boston, Montreal, and Toronto in late August, and in early September had stops in Detroit, Chicago, and Indianapolis. The U.S. leg of the tour is slated to end in Los Angeles in September. Not no more. It has ended now, but let's keep going. The national tour promoter, Golden Voice, has not responded to requests for comment, and the tour is set to resume in Europe in October. We'll see. Let's keep going. The Withered World Tour includes themes of death and remembrance. Fans entering Burke's show are greeted by a casket and guest book. When they can pay condolences to a character Burke sometimes reprises in his performances and music videos. Part of that character's uniform includes a shirt covered in bloody handprints and a blindfold. And let me say right now, that merch has been taken down ASAP. Withered was released on Darkroom and Interscope Records in April. The album charted at number 13 on the Billboard 200 and has more than 521 million streams on Spotify. On September 7th, in his last social media post, Burke announced on Instagram he was going to drop a deluxe version of the album. It was one of his last social media posts before Reva's body was discovered. On Wednesday, Footwear News reported that two brands, Crocs and Hollister, were removing him from a new ad campaign. Crocs and Hollister said, look at here, we don't need no more evidence. You did this. You did this, and get that black boy down. Get him down. You will not receive another penny from us. Boy, I'm trying to tell you, your brand deals have gone. They didn't say wait till he go to court. Wait for nothing. He won't use money for a lawyer with us. Not with our money. Oh, David. You better find a way. Many things remain unclear, including why the Tesla was found on the street and impounded, and how the girl came to be inside. The cause of death has not yet been released, but her death is considered a homicide. Now, stick with me, because I just needed to bring you up to speed, but we're going to keep going just a little bit. I'm going to show you some things from his TikTok.
Like me, had no idea who David or D4Vd is before this body was found in the trunk of his car. Let me catch you up on who he is, on his rise to stardom, and where we are with this body in the trunk. Okay, so this is David or D4Vd.
What's going on, everybody? This is D4Vd.
His birth name is David Anthony Burke, and he was born in New York but raised in Texas with his mom, his dad, his little sister, and his little brother. He grew up in church, did martial arts, he was homeschooled, and he played video games, specifically Fortnite. Now, in regards to this video game playing, David had goals of becoming a streamer, so he started recording himself while he was playing and then posting it online, but nobody was watching the videos.
I became a YouTuber. I was playing Call of Duty, Fortnite, all these different type of games. To try to become like the biggest next thing, streamer, Kai Cenat, everything. 200 views my first video, steady 60 after.
And so he realized that the other streamers who were getting views were putting music behind their clips and their montages, so he decided to try that route. He started taking mainstream music and putting it behind his montages and clips of him playing video games. And then the videos started taking off.
So I started putting the mainstream songs in, and then there was a point where there was no copyright strike, so I was making so much money. So then fast forward like a month or two, I'm making a lot of money. My mom's like, okay, maybe the game's not rotting your brain. I started getting copyright strikes left and right from UMG, and I'm like, what in the world is UMG?
Now, after these copyright strikes started coming in and he wasn't making any money anymore, he started to complain to his mom about what was happening, and she told him to just make his own music.
And she was like on a phone or something. She was like, just make your own music. Go, get out of my face. Make your own music. I was like, wait a minute.
And so he did. David says that on December 21st, 2021, he downloaded an app called BandLab. He used a beat that he found on YouTube, and then he went into his little sister's closet and made his very first song called Runaway. After he was done, he posted it on SoundCloud and got some pretty positive responses. So he decided to make a second song, and that song was called You and I. He placed this song on the back of one of his video game montages and posted it on YouTube, and the video ended up going crazy.
And I made the song called You and I, which now has, what, 94 million streams. It's my second song I ever made. put it in the montage. And I tagged it on Twitter. First Fortnite player to use his own song in a video. That was the title. And bro, everyone was using the song after that day.
He made a couple more songs, and by song number 5, he decided to create a TikTok account and branded himself as a chipmunk singer. Like he would take a popular song and cover it using a chipmunk singing voice. So he decided to make an original song. He still used the chipmunk voice, but in the caption, he said that if people really liked the song, he would slow it down and post the regular version. And the TikTokers said yes.
Why is it so good? Please drop. Wait, why is this actually good? Kylie Jenner used your sound. Alvin never misses.
So the day after the chipmunk version of his original song, David posted the real slowed down version and got more positive feedback. 2 TikToks later, he posted another original song of his called Romantic Homicide. And this song ended up being one of his most viral songs ever. So by August of 2022, his original songs are going crazy. He's starting to make more money and get more interest off of his original music than he is off the video game montages that he started doing all of this for.
Fortnite was going up, music was like down here, but then they switched. And it was making me more money too. But yeah, that's how I knew.
And then because of the success of his original songs, he starts getting hit up by music labels.
So I released these 2 songs in July. By August, it was
every label's called.
Every single one. I was 17.
Things just kind of go crazy for David after that. He signs to Interscope Records in August of 2022, performs in Milan at the Valentino Fashion Week show in June of 2023, then began opening for SZA's world tour by September of 2023, and then jumping to 2025, David released his first album, which is called Withered, in April of this year, and then began his very own world tour called Withered World Tour in August of this year. Now, according to the streets, and I don't really listen to the streets, but I don't have any reports yet, while David was having this meteoric rise to fame, he was also apparently having some sort of connection to Celeste Rivas. And that all comes out because on September 8th, 2025, which is only about a month after David started his world tour, the LAPD has gotten a call to a tow yard in Hollywood, California, because of reports of a foul odor coming from one of the vehicles. The vehicle is a Tesla, and it had previously been abandoned on a Hollywood street for over a month before it was towed to the tow yard. It was then at the tow yard for about 2 days before they called the police because of the smell. And when police arrived to the tow yard and opened the trunk, they discover a decomposed and dismembered body. The LA medical examiners are able to identify this body as being 15-year-old Celeste Rivas, who was last seen when she left her house on April 5th, 2024. Police begin investigating, and they learn that this car that the body was found in, with its Texas plates, is registered to David Anthony Burke, aka David. Now, there's been a ton of interesting developments since this has all began unfolding. First, Celeste's mom told TMZ that her daughter did have a boyfriend named David. And then fans of David have begun pointing out some interesting lyrics to some of David's songs. They've begun pointing out some old Instagram posts that he supposedly made. And they've also noted that Celeste had a sh tattooed on her finger, and David does too. Another interesting tidbit is that fans have said David's song Romantic Homicide was released on September 7th, which also happens to be Celeste's birthday. And just so we're clear, David is now 20 years old and Celeste was 15. Now again, David has been on his first world tour, so after this news hit, at first he continued with his tour dates. But as more and more information has come out, it's now being reported that some of his dates are being canceled. To be clear, no arrests have been made in connection to this case, and Celeste's cause of death has not been announced by the medical examiner. So this one is still very much unfolding, but I sure have a lot of questions. So I'll keep watching, and I'll be back if something happens.
Means that's the only thing it could possibly be about. But nah, I just make music, and if you need whatever you need from that song that you can apply to your own situation, I feel like my job is done, to be honest with you.
No, you didn't.
That's controversial.
It's controversial of raping kids.
Really good.
Okay,
It's been a good one. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Mwah, 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 mwah. Oh my! Delete everything. Delete everything. Everything goes.
Yes, you heard her. She absolutely said what she said. I don't know what happened after that, Maybe this could have caught. Look here, I'm going to play it again. Play it again. Hold on.
You trained you.
No, you didn't.
That's controversial.
It's controversial of raping kids.
Really good.
Okay,
It's been a good one. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Mwah, 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 mwah. Oh my. Delete everything. Delete everything. Everything goes. Everything. Yo, wait.
Oh, look it. Answer that one. That's so mean if you don't answer
Which
that.
one? It was good to have a big family by me. Oh, thank you, Mitochondria.
I'm gonna delete this.
Are we, Maz, can we delete all VODs? And then as soon as the stream ends, delete the stream too?
Yes, she wants to delete the stream, and David is, yes. Can we delete this entire stream? Because we have effed up. There it is, right there for you. Right there.
Yeah, that's it, water. It's in water.
Why, you look good?
Don't be shy. Don't be shy.
W's in the chat, man.
I'm going to show you all this last TikTok. You see the shoes up there on the left? That's Celeste laying down reading a book or something. And those are her shoes. And, of course, when she went missing, she had Hello Kitty shoes. Now watch as David is washing her shoes. A search warrant was executed at the home, which the singer does not own but had been staying at, the sources said. Los Angeles Police Department detectives were seen taking a computer and several other items from the home. Los Angeles Police confirmed Thursday that the search warrant was served in connection with the unaliving of the youth. Quote, several items of evidence were recovered and will be analyzed by detectives in the coming days, LAPD said in a statement. This is an ongoing investigation. Investigators are following up on several leads. There has been several leads since then. It has been found out that the brother had told the police very early on that he thought his sister was with David. The LAPD did not follow up for some odd reason, saying that there wasn't enough evidence. She was only, 1, 2, 1, 3. How much evidence do you need for that? There were text messages. There were allegedly, this is alleged, people stating that he was paying her friends off not to say anything. I would not be surprised if the mom knew how old David was, who David was. She says she knew her boyfriend was David. She had a boyfriend named David. I don't know. It seems really, really weird to me. But again, as this is an ongoing investigation, there is not a lot of information out there, factual information out there. I will stay very close to this case because I'm really not understanding why he's not even at least in questioning? I don't know. You let me know in the comments. To this beautiful soul, rest in peace. I am truly sending my condolences to the family, to friends, and to loved ones, and to young ladies and young men as well. Everything that glitters is not gold. Be safe. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And as this mystery continues to unfold, I will keep you updated. Thank you.